I have something here that I think you're gonna want. It's in this little case right here. So it's the ThinkDiag 2. It's basically just a little tiny scan tool that actually runs on a smartphone. So I've gotten a lot of, well, not a lot, but I've gotten a, oh my God. So I've gotten a couple emails from some basically DIYers, hobbyists, or whatever you want to call them, about scan tools and kind of what I think is a good one for them. You know, maybe working on their personal vehicle or whatever, or you know, doing like I do. I do a lot of traveling, and um, I like to have a scan tool with me. So this little thing is actually really handy and it's really good. I'm really surprised at how well it functions. So what it is it basically just has an app on your phone, and it's almost like a fully loaded scan tool. Almost. It's got limitations, of course. But, you know, for this thing, like on Amazon right now, I think it's 160 bucks. I'll put a link to it in the description. But this is kind of perfect for, you know, somebody working on their own vehicle or something. So I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of it and kind of how it works. So we're in a Ford right now, but I kind of want to just show you some of the things I've done with it. So on the reports here, it actually saves all of your reports as you make them to a cloud, or you can put them on the phone, you know, if you need to. But, you know, like the other day, I was at a shop and the guy was like, hey, I've got my truck back here that we had to put an ABS module on it. Do you think you can change the VIN in it? Because it was a used one. So here it is. It's their tow truck actually. So I did a pre-scan, found all the codes in it, and what they were worried about is the ABS light for this original VIN mismatch. They put a used module on it, and his scan tool wouldn't rewrite it. And I was like, we'll see. And my actual scan tool was tied up in a car doing some data logging when he asked me this. So I was like, I've got a tool. Let's grab it and we'll see what it does. So I grabbed the ThinkDiag 2, and I didn't even really think it was going to do it at first, because when I first went in to write the VIN, it actually come up and said error not supported, but it actually did change the VIN. So that was pretty cool. Um, and I mean, I've done, you know, just some driving diag stuff with it, like basically just kind of just test driving a car, watching some live data. You know, if somebody wants me to, you know, just drive a car down the street or something, see if I notice anything, I'll throw this on and just drive it and see what happens. You know, log some data if I need to. It works really good. So let me just kind of show you the tool while I'm using it here. So we're just going to go to this VIN decoding. It's going to automatically find what this vehicle is. It's got to connect first. It is Bluetooth, so you got to have Bluetooth on you. When you first get it, you're going to have to set some things up, of course. But once it's linked, it's really not that big of a deal. So just waiting for it to do its thing. There we go, 2012 Ford Edge. That's correct. Okay, so it's going to basically automatically load up the software for this vehicle. And first thing I always like to do is just a pre-scan. So it's going to go through and do a health report, find all the codes. It does full system scans. Every module checks codes, tells you what they are. I do like how it has the little timer here. Tells you how long it takes to scan. So this is kind of what it's got: the code in the ABS, the APIM, the BCM, the DSM, and the instrument cluster. So if we just click report, it's basically going to upload it to the cloud first, and then it'll let you in to see what it is. So there are 5 issues of the vehicle, and then down here it gives you each module, and then if you click the arrow it tells you what it is. Data received from HVAC unit. Okay, so that's kind of odd that it's saying it's got data received from the HVAC control module is invalid. Where's my HVAC? But my HVAC doesn't show any codes. So maybe that's old code or something like that. Battery voltage is too low. Camera module. And vision camera system. And data received from ECM is invalid. Okay, so apparently it has had codes in it, and people have cleared some codes in this thing. I don't really like that it doesn't tell me the monitors, which have ran and cleared. But you know, that's not all scan tools do that anyway. So those are just the codes that's stored in it. And if you click this generating PDF, it kind of gives it to you all like this. And this can actually be shared. It can be emailed, whatever you need to do with it. Okay, so let's see. This is actually here for an AC issue. They say sometimes the air doesn't work, but it's cold this morning, so I don't want to run the air conditioner. So we're just going to look at some PCM data pits here. So if you used a launch scan tool at all, this is basically laid out exactly like a launch because it's kind of the same software. But actuation test, let's see. Most, phone scan tool things doesn't actually give you bidirectional controls. So, like, if you're trying to figure out a problem with, say, a purge valve or fan or something like that, most of your generic scan tools, like your code readers, are not going to let you control those things. But on here, as you can see, let's see, air conditioner commanded state, key on engine running. So yes, we've got key on engine running. Right now it is off. If we click on, it is on. I actually heard the engine kind of drop in RPM a little bit. Let's turn that off. Let's see if you can pick this up in the RPM here as I turn it on. See there? Turn it off. So bidirectional controls on your phone. It's pretty cool. What about special functions? No generic code reader is going to give you any special functions, but misfire test, power balance, relative compression. So this this basically has all of the stuff my other scan tools have. So like in power balance, we go in here. This is kind of like a misfire counter almost. You basically want to see this blue line be pretty straight. Any spikes on one cylinder is generally a misfire. It will get kind of wonky a little bit, like if you give it some gas, like you rev it or something. So you kind of want, with this test, all engine loads turned off, like no air conditioner, no, whatever. So you want to be just kind of idling as smooth as possible to see this line, or cruising at a steady speed. So that's kind of cool. If we needed to, we could actually record this. You can see that was actually the air compressor cutting on, made it have that little spike. So we hit stop. That gets saved on here. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a lot of stuff this thing can do. But what really, really surprised me was the live data. Let's go just down to oxygen sensor, heat oxygen sensors. And let's just select them all. So these are actually current based, so they're wideband. But the refresh rate on this thing, that's crazy. Like, look at this live data. It really surprised me how fast the live data refreshes on this. Like, I've always kind of held Snap-on up there as being like the best graphing live data there is. This is actually really good. Like, that's a really fast refresh rate. I mean, clean graph. Like, I like it. I like it a lot. Like I say, I've gotten to where if I just need to go test drive something and watch some data, this is what I take. It's small, I throw it in here, and I just kind of watch my phone, or I let it record. It's really, really cool. So let's go back, and this has got a V6, so it's got two cams. So if you want to do both of them, you hit OK. You can combine them and put both of them on top of each other. Make sure they're kind of matching. So it's just a real cool little inexpensive tool that I just wanted to share with y'all and show it to you, because I actually really like it. It's really nice for what it costs and what it can do. It's perfect for somebody working on their own vehicle that needs better data, more like manufacturer specific codes, things like that. This thing's just really, really good. I think you should get one if you kind of work on your own car or whatever, and you need something to help you diagnose your own issues. This is the tool for you. It really is. It's pretty cool. So Uh, like I said, I'm gonna put the link to this thing down in the description. I'll actually even show it to you. I've got it pulled up on Amazon here. Is this ThinkDiag 2. So 159 bucks, 160 bucks. Uh, it's actually, for me, being I got a Amazon Prime business account. It's actually Prime 1 day, so like if I literally bought it today, I'd have it tomorrow. That may depend on your account or where you're at or whatever, but I mean that's pretty cool. It is from the Think Car store, so it's basically straight from Think Car. It's their Amazon store. So I'll leave the link to this down in the description. Uh, if you guys find this thing and buy it, let me know how you like it. Um, it's really cool. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you later.